Moving on to our discussion. Have you heard the word geological time? Yes, it is an extensive interval of time occupied by geological history of the Earth. Now class, why is it important to study the history of the Earth? Yes, it is important to study the history of the Earth for us to know why Earth is habitable and why terrestrial life persisted for billions of years. Now, did you know that geologic time has 4 divisions? Yes, these are the Eons, eras, periods, and epoch. But today, we will only focus on Aeon. So what comes into your mind when you hear the word Aeon? Yes, Aeon is the longest portion of geological time. So take a look at this graph. What do you observe? Okay, so Earth's history is characterized by 4 Aeon, namely the Hadean Aeon, Archean Aeon, Proterozoic Aeon, which is informally referred to as the Precambrian, and lastly, the Phanerozoic Aeon, which is the current geologic aeon in the geologic time scale. Now, take a look at this image. Guess what aeon is this? Yes, this is known as the Hadean Aeon. This is known as the longest interval of time and is dated from 4,600 million years ago to 3,900 million years. So it is a mythological Hades, an allusion to the probable conditions of this time. Okay, during this time, what do you think happened? During this time, the solar system is forming within a cloud of dust and a gas known as solar nebula, which eventually spawned asteroids, comets, moons, and planets. Now, how about this second image? Can you guess what aeon is this? Correct. This is the Archean Aeon, the oldest rock known on Earth deposited during the Archean Aeon, dated from 3,900 million years ago to 2,500 million years. Now, what can you observe on the image? Right, these organisms were among the only living things on Earth for over a billion years ago. So the climate and weather during this time is hot and wet. Moving on to the second image. During what aeon is this? Very good. It is during the Proterozoic Aeon. So the most recent division of the Precambrian. And it is the longest geologic aeon. Okay, so beginning from 2.5 billion years ago and ending to 541 million years ago, rocks deposited during this time includes evidence of multi-celled organisms. Okay, so during this time, what do you think happened based on the image? Yes, it accumulates smaller fragments of crust and sometimes colliding with other large masses. Now, let us observe the last image. What time does this exist? Correct, it is during the Phanerozoic Aeon. It began 540 million years ago and continues to the present. What do you think happened during this time? Exactly. During this time, rocks deposited during the Phanerozoic Aeon, and it contains evidence of fossilized hard body parts of modern living things. Now, Phanerozoic Aeon is divided into three parts, namely the Paleozoic, Mesozoic, and Cenozoic. So again, class, what are the four divisions of aeons? The Hadean, the Archean, the Proterozoic Aeon, and lastly, the Phanerozoic Aeon. Okay, so again, why is it important to study the history of the Earth? Yes, to know why is it habitable and why terrestrial life persisted for a billion of years. Okay, our discussion ends here. Now let us see how far you have learned. So I have prepared an activity for you. So this is consist of two parts. For test 1, we have an activity called Arrange Me. All you have to do is to arrange these pictures from oldest to youngest. You may now start.